So ever since I started doing videos on YouTube, this has become one of my most requested videos, believe it or not. Even over the 360, I get a lot of messages requesting to see my PlayStation 3 collection, and here it is. But let me just let you guys know right off the bat, for PS3 games, I only buy exclusive PS3 games. If it's available on the 360, I buy it on the 360. Only reason is because I'm paying Microsoft for their service, and I have a lot more friends and stuff on there to play with. I just think that their service overall right now is more worthwhile to buy games for it that way, you know. I take advantage of what I'm paying for, so, I mean, not that I'm more towards the 360 than the PS3, just getting that out there. So, PS3 exclusives only, which actually might make this video even better. So, let's get right into it. Resistance 2, you'll notice that this is the collector's edition cover, because I bought the collector's edition for it. Much better than the first Resistance by leaps and bounds in terms of online. The single player online 30 vs 30 is crazy. Like I've said in past videos, I love sniping. Excellent shooter. If you have a PS3 and you play online shooters, this is a must-own. Warhawk for PS3. I haven't played too much of this one. I mainly bought it just to get the Bluetooth headset, which ended up being garbage anyway. Right after I bought this, SOCOM ended up coming out, so I really didn't get to play too much of Warhawk. So, can't really give you too much on this one. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. I don't know why I always have a hard time saying that. But I have a review up for this. You can check it out, and you can get my full impressions on it. But a real quick analysis of it. It's a great fighting game. Graphics are awesome. I would only recommend this though to Naruto fans, or at least people with a background in the series, because the story portion of the game is pretty poor. But check out my video for that, and you can find out more there. Curia Chronicles. I haven't really talked about this one too much since I bought it. I'm a couple hours into it right now as of this video. Graphics are great. This is a great, awesome... And basically, any RPG fan that owns a PS3, especially strategy RPG fans, you have to get this game. This is a must-own in terms of its style. It's basically strategy RPG turned into third-person shooter. So, very interesting. Check this one out, definitely. SOCOM Confrontation, U.S. Navy SEALs. Those of you that might know, I'm a huge SOCOM fan, and this one was kind of a letdown in the beginning because the servers turned to such crap, and by the time they fixed it, basically everybody that I played with had moved on already. So, a little bit disappointed in terms of that. It's still a great online game though, no single player. The official Sony headset in here is much better than the Warhawk one. But definitely, I can't really recommend this to everybody though, because the style of this game is so much different than other shooters out there. It's really not a run and gun type of game. You really do have to like hang back and use teamwork. So, LittleBigPlanet. If you own a PS3, you have to own LittleBigPlanet. I don't care if you're a Grand Theft Auto, Thug for Life, Halo Elite guy. You gotta play LittleBigPlanet. I don't really... It's one of the best games of 2008. It's a must-own for PlayStation 3 owners. I don't care how cutesy you think the cover looks. There's really nothing else like this out there. Think of a Mario, but only being able to create your own levels and share them and play other people's created levels. There's really nothing like it on consoles right now. Check out my review for this one as well. Folklore. I love the style of this game. In terms of its cutscenes, they kind of do it in like a comic book kind of style. Very fantasy. I'd recommend this to people that like stuff like Zelda, with a little bit of like a Devil May Cry kind of edge to it, you know, where it's got a little bit more action, because you're kind of like in this fantasy world with all these kind of monsters and fairies, but the combat is more like, say, a Devil May Cry in sort of a Zelda setting. It's a little hard to describe, so you know that's good because it's a unique game and definitely worth checking out for PS3 owners. Resistance Fallen Man. When the PlayStation 3 first came out, this was really the only game that PS3 owners would buy the system for, almost. I mean, unless you were a huge fan of Genji, which I don't think too many people were. This was really the system saving grace. Without this, the launch of the PS3 would have been pretty terrible. And it's a good thing though, because this is a great game. However, Resistance 2 totally overshadows it now. I played this online for a couple of months. Really fast-paced. That's the one thing this has over the second one, though. This one is a little bit more slow-paced. I mean, this one's a bit more fast-paced than the Resistance 2. So, if you like fast-paced shooters, you might want to go with this one first, and then go to Resistance 2. Ratchet & Clank Tools of Destruction. This is another must-own game, especially for fans of Mario, Jak and Daxter type games. Really awesome graphics. Some of the best graphics. I've said that this really has some of the best graphics I've ever seen in a video game, ever. If you're playing on HD TV, it kind of looks like a Pixar movie come to life. And I know you probably hear that with other games. No, this one really looks like a Pixar movie come to life. So I definitely recommend this for anybody that's into platformers. Really awesome game. I'll probably do a review on this one sometime. Until Legends of the Ark Kingdom. I haven't really played too much of this one. I mainly just picked it up because I was in GameStop and it's 18 bucks, and I think it was on, they were having a sale. From what I have played of it though, you know, it's not as terrible as a lot of people say, but I'm only basing this on, you know, just a little bit of quick impressions. It's a hack and slash game, you know, it's nothing more. The graphics aren't that great. It's just a hack and slash game. Think of like a pretty, like another one of those Diablo clones, you know. It's not terrible, but from what you have to choose out there now, this is definitely not one of the games to go with for your PS3. The Eye of Judgment. Oh man, you guys wouldn't believe me if I told you how much money I've spent on this game, including the game and the cards that go with it. I'd estimate that I've spent around $700. Let me just show you the box. Here's my box of cards, one of them. So I would buy like actual store booster boxes that came with like 36 packs, and here's just one of my card boxes. These are all Eye of Judgment cards, and let me just whip one out for you here. So you basically use the PlayStation Eye, and you'd put a card down, and it'll scan it, and it comes up on the screen. I just thought it was like the coolest thing ever, and I got totally addicted to it. I played it every day for like a month or two straight. I have another box down here of some of the newer cards. So here you can see the collection of Eye of Judgment cards. So I bought booster boxes, and the cards were really hard to come by at first, so I'd have to travel like really far to find a GameStop or something that carried them. And when I found a GameStop, I'd buy out their whole stock. I'd buy all the booster packs, and that's how it was for Eye of Judgment fanatics. You know, the cards were so hard to come by, I had to do that to the stores. But I was buying booster boxes online from eBay for like $100, $110. The third set just came out. I didn't buy any though, because you gotta download a whole like expansion pack and stuff like that. But definitely, for people out there that want to get into card games but just don't know anybody to play them with, or don't feel like, you know, meeting people in person to play card games, this is awesome. Definitely check this out. It's really cheap now. You can get, I've seen deals where this goes for $30 with the camera. Ridge Racer 7. I'm a huge Ridge Racer 6 fan on 360, and you would think Ridge Racer 7, the next in the series, would be even better. But it's not. I mean, the graphics are better, it has more tracks, but the thing that got me with Ridge Racer 6 was the online mode. The PS3 version has online, but it has no voice chat, not even text chat. Total letdown. It's still a great racer, though. I love the arcade style of this, but in terms of online, terrible. No communication whatsoever. Killed it. 360 version, better just because of that. I put 100 hours into Ridge Racer 6, by the way. Uncharted Drake's Fortune, another game where if you own a PS3, you have to have this game. I mean, if you're a fan whatsoever of like Tomb Raider and ever wanted to play a version of it that's even better, I think of this as a mix of Eco for PlayStation 2 and Tomb Raider, because it's sort of like you're in an it's not an open-ended environment, but the puzzles in this game are sort of environmental based. It's not so much, you know, like I always say, pushing boxes around and hitting colored switches. It's more of like, you gotta look around in your environment to kind of use the ledges to your advantage. Awesome game. A little bit too much shooting towards the end. I didn't really like the way it went the second half of the game. If it would have stayed the way it was in the beginning with light on combat, but you know, really awesome story and stuff like that, it would have been like a 10 out of 10. It's definitely recommended though. And MotorStorm, another great racer. I haven't played too much of this one. I actually played the demo a lot. But graphics are awesome. A great rally racer. I'm thinking of picking up the second one, but this is just like another essential own for PS3 owners. So there you go, guys. That's my PlayStation 3 collection. I also used to own Unreal Tournament 3, but I sold it when the 360 version came out. There you go. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.